Hello everybody, it's me Heather, and today I am going to go Platinum Blonde. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to show you everything I'm going to use, and I'm going to try to make this video significantly shorter than the original How to Bleach Your Hair Blonde Platinum Silver that I shot about a year ago. It turned out to be one of my most popular videos, which is kind of strange on a channel where I talk mostly about makeup, that pretty much a non-makeup video ended up being the most popular. So, but I thought it was time to update that since I do it a little differently now. And I also wanted to make a shorter updated version of that video, since the original video that I shot is 30 minutes long. It's very thorough, but it also has a lot of steps that I actually don't do anymore. So let me show you what we're going to use. First off, you need a mixing bowl. Make sure it's a plastic one. It can be glass or it can be plastic. Don't use metal. When you're using bleaching products, you're not supposed to use a metal bowl. I think it makes it process faster, or just it corrupts the product or something. But use a plastic mixing bowl. You want some kind of measuring cup. This one has ounces and milliliters on it, and I measure my product by ounces. So you want to make sure you have a mixing, a little measuring cup. And then you also want some latex gloves. Or if you're allergic to latex, just disposable gloves. Latex or non-latex. You want to protect your hands while you're doing this. You don't want to get bleach up under your fingernails and make your skin all itchy. It's good to have one of these. It's a tint brush. These really come in handy. I like using this instead of having to slather it on my hands. Tint brush. Processing cap or shower cap as it may be. And if you're the kind that has a good shower cap, don't use that, because once this comes in contact with bleach, you're going to want to throw it away. You're not going to want to rinse it out and use it again. So make sure it's a disposable processing cap. I got some good old petroleum jelly here. So you can use Vaseline petroleum jelly. And the actual bleaching products, I'm going to be using level 40. This is the L'Oreal Technique Oreor Creme. And I'm using developer number 40 because my hair is pretty much black. So I need that really strong developer. And what the developer does is it activates the bleach. So this is the actual bleach. It's in a packet. We are going to use the entire packet. If you have longer hair, you might need more than one packet. But this is the kind of thing, once you open it, you use it all. I may not apply all of it to my head. But when mixing this, you're going to use the entire packet. You're not going to save it for later. It's just, this is one of those things, once you open it, that's it. You can't save it for later. So, in my old video, I had somebody ask me about off the scalp and on the scalp application. This one is safe for on the scalp application, obviously. This one is the L'Oreal Super Oreal Blanc. Alright. So I'm going to try and make this video shorter, and we'll get right into it. So I'm going to go ahead and just put on my gloves now. Now I'm going to take my petroleum jelly. I do actually protect my hairline. I know a lot of people tend to not do this when they color their hair on a regular basis. But if you're bleaching your hair on a regular basis, you definitely want to do this. Now that I have my bleach on, my hairline protected, we'll move on to the part that you guys are most excited about, the actual bleaching. So I'm going to take my volume 40 developer. Some people use weaker developers. I've seen people use volume 20, volume 30. You can do that with bleach. You can definitely do that. Like, the lighter your hair is naturally, the lower the volume the bleach can be. The only problem is the time factor. For example, if I were to use a volume 20 developer to activate my bleach, I would have to leave that bleach on for hours and hours for it to lighten. And there are people who do that. Also, this disclaimer, I am not a licensed cosmetologist. I do not do hair for a living. I am not licensed to do hair for a living. So any advice you take from me and you don't get the results you want, you only have yourself to blame. Alright, I'm going to take my measuring cup, and I'm actually going to pour in 2 ounces of product. And I'm just going to pour that right into my mixing bowl. Okay, as you can see, this developer is pretty thick and milky. And then I'm going to cut this open. We are going to pour the entire bag in. Okay, with my tint brush, I'm going to mix this up. So you can see it's kind of this semi-solid, frothy, kind of looks like vanilla frosting. Do not eat it. Do not taste it. This is not edible. Eating this would have severe consequences. Alright, so, and then you just start applying it. Since my hair is so short, there's not really a set way to apply this. I just kind of slather it on, go from there. You really want to saturate your hair when you do this. Don't use it sparingly. Slather it on. You want to fully saturate your hair. That's the only way you're going to get it fully bleached. If you're like using it really sparingly, worried that you're going to run out, buy 2 bags. You have enough activator developer, you have enough developer in the bleach bottle to activate the bleach if you have a second packet if you need to. But just depending on your hair length and all that, you might only need 1 packet. I always use the entire packet, and I even use all this even though my hair is so short. Okay, and like I said, if you have longer hair, they talk about the heat zone and all that stuff, but really kind of doesn't apply to me because it's also close to my scalp and it's so short. So I'm just going to apply it everywhere. Here we go. Okay, so I have it all over my head. I'm going to go ahead and check in my bathroom mirror using a handheld mirror to check the back of my head, top back of my head, to make sure I have everything covered. I double checked my head in the back of my mirror. I double checked the back of my head in my mirror in my bathroom, and everything's well covered. And what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to take a processing cap. These do make a big difference. This does make it process faster. It just collects the natural heat from your head, and applied heat helps the bleach to work faster. So I'm going to go ahead and just leave this on for half an hour, and then I'll come back and I'll show you the progress so far for half an hour. What I usually do then is I apply the rest of the bleach, or almost all the bleach, and just, really work it in some more, just to make sure everything's getting covered and getting bleached. So I'll see you guys in 30 minutes. So it has been 30 minutes, so I just want to show you the progress so far. So you can already see that the bleach is expanding, so it's covering all my hair, and it's touching my scalp, and it's lightening. And what I do is around 30 minutes in, I take off my processing cap, and then I check in the mirror just to make sure everything is progressing as desired. And sometimes when it expands, like, I don't know how well you can see this, but sometimes when it expands, it makes little holes like that are no longer touching or covering up your hair. You can even see my bleach is getting really frothy, looking even more like marshmallow cream, just from being exposed to the air. So you want to go through and recover some areas. But usually at this point what I'll do is I'll just take the rest of the bleach and I'll go through one more time, covering everything and everywhere. And then also go the opposite direction as well to really make sure everything gets covered. Okay, I'm going to leave this on for about another 30 minutes. I'm going to put my processing cap back on. I'm going to take the excess bleach off my earlobe right there. I have a little napkin that I'm wiping stuff on. I'll see you guys in another 30 minutes. It has been 1 hour since I applied the bleach, and it is pretty blonde. There may be a bit of a yellow tint, but I'm pretty happy with the results, so I'm going to go ahead and rinse this. And this is one trick you can do to see if the color's where you want it to be, is you can just wipe some away to check and make sure you're not seeing, results other than what you want. But I'm pretty happy with that, so I'm going to go ahead and rinse. What I'm actually going to use is, I like to use Bedhead by TIGI. This is the Dumb Blonde. And this one is good for shampoo for after highlights, damaged or chemically treated hair. Bleaching your hair is pretty damaging no matter how healthy your hair is. You're basically opening up the shafts of your hair and removing all of your natural pigment. You're not adding color, you're subtracting your natural pigment from your hair. So, it's a pretty intense process. And I like to use this because this is a little bit more nourishing than your standard shampoo. A lot of times they'll have value packs of this paired with the conditioner. Whenever you find those, grab those. I'm actually out of the conditioner now, which I need to go buy, but that's okay. But yeah, I usually like to use these whenever I wash my hair. Dumb Blonde by TIGI is really nice. And then after, I'm going to wash my hair with this twice. I'm going to rinse my hair twice. I'm going to use lukewarm to even kind of cold water. Do not use hot water when you rinse bleach because your scalp's really sensitive and your hair is really, kind of, a lot of times you'll get like that bubblegum texture. It just becomes really weak because, like I said, you just open up all the shafts. You're draining out all your natural pigment. It makes your hair really, really susceptible to damage. So, like I said, I'm going to rinse my hair twice with this. And then there's going to be a little bit of a yellow tone, so I'm going to tone my hair. This is how I achieve my gray/silver look, is by using Shimmer lights. This usually runs for about $5 and under per bottle. This is the Shimmer lights shampoo for blonde and silver. Color enhancing shampoo brightens and refreshes blonde, highlighted, and silver hair. What I do is I slather this on like super thick. Like even though it's a shampoo, I slather it on like super thick, like almost like a hair mask. And I massage it in for a little bit. And then I leave it on for 2 minutes. Then I rinse that. And then this is really the icing on the cake, is to get the conditioner. Get the matching conditioner, blonde and silver, from Shimmer Lights. Sorry about my light reflecting on the bottle. From Shimmer Lights. This will also help to like make it super like gray or silver. If you're not into that, you can use hair color, but I honestly don't like to do that. It's honestly rather painful if you do that. It's really adding more harsh chemicals to your hair and your scalp, and usually your scalp's sensitive from the bleach, even if you use a gentle bleach, and it burns. It overprocesses your hair. So you're better off using something like this, where you just use toning shampoos and conditioners. So I'm going to put this on, the shampoo, and super thick, almost like a hair mask. Massage it in for a little bit, leave it on for 2 minutes, rinse out. I'm going to apply this super thick, once again, hair mask style, really slather it on so that my hair is completely saturated. And then leave that on for about 2 minutes and rinse. And when you come back, or when I come back, you'll see my final result. One warning about Shimmer Lights is it's rather drying. It's not a very moisturizing shampoo or conditioner. It's almost for the sole purpose of just achieving that kind of platinum or silver look, or just to take the yellow out of your hair. When you first use this, I forgot to tell you, when you do first use this, of course, when you rinse it out, while your hair is wet, it may still look purple or lavender. That's what you want, because when it dries, it looks silver or gray. So only for people who are interested in that ultra platinum silver or gray look, this is the way to go. This is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to go rinse this out, use these, and I'll show you my final result. Here is the final result. So definitely got my silver/gray platinum hair going. I love this look. And show you the back. Okay, so in order to maintain this hair color, I get very lazy with it. If you've seen any of my other videos, you've often seen my roots, you've seen it get yellow. I do get lazy. When I'm really on top of it, though, I shave my head every 2 weeks. You know, the desired length. I like it very short, as you can tell. Shave my head every 2 weeks, and then I do this entire bleaching process, usually the day after I shave my head. I don't like to do it the same day, because usually my scalp is sensitive, just from the buzzer, you know, scraping against my scalp. But so I like to, you know, shave my head, then the next day do my bleaching. So this is the process. I repeated myself a lot in this video. I hope that wasn't too annoying for some of you, but I did that because it's a lot of information, and if I say everything only one time, there are people who are going to miss it, and then they're going to ask questions, which is fine, but I really try to repeat myself, so for people who didn't hear something the first time, they heard it the second or the third time that I repeated it. But you're still free to leave any questions or comments that you have down below. I am not a licensed cosmetologist. Any advice you take from me, you do so at your own peril. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this was helpful. I hope this video was much shorter than the last one. I gotta go edit it now. And thank you guys. Follow me on Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, my favorite. Visit my blog, Heathering King. tintbrush.com, and I'll see you guys in the next video.